Man, okay, guys, and we're back with another episode of the Lonely Stunner podcast, episode 21 now. Crazy to think that we've come this far, but I'm Seth.
I'm Evan.
Like I said, we're back again. Obviously, UFC 313 happened this past weekend. We could kick it off with that. Let's see where it takes us.
Might as well start with the main event. Alex Pereira losing his light heavyweight championship to Ankalaev. Like you were saying before, I don't think there's too much controversy, or there shouldn't be too much controversy around this fight, really. I mean, I personally had Pereira winning rounds 1, 3, and 5, but I'm not contesting you thinking Magomed won the fight. Do you know what I mean? He won, fair enough. I'm not gonna go mad against it. I feel like he definitely could have won the fight. Most of those rounds were really close. Yeah, I feel like also the rounds that Magomed definitely won, he did really good in them. Yeah,
so I watched the fight and I made some notes, like a play-by-play for each sort of round. And when I was watching the fight, to the first round went to Pereira because he landed some really good leg kicks. Even though you could kind of see maybe the direction the fight was going to go in, because even from the first round, Ankalaev was trying to pressure a bit. But I did give the first round to Pereira because of the leg kicks. In the second round, Ankalaev was pushing the pace a bit more and was mixing up his offense as well quite nicely. Was adding in kicks as well and just generally applying pressure and putting his hands together nicely. Pereira was able to occasionally counter, but Ankalaev even rocked
Ankalaev won that round. Yeah, rocked him at the end of the round.
Definitely think he won the second round. Third round, I've got Ankalaev was still applying pressure. Partan with some nice counters, but Ank still landing some shots and controlling the octagon. So I think largely round 3 is sort of seen as the swing round, where it could have gone either way.
Yeah, probably.
I've only watched the fight once, but I gave that round to Ankalaev. And I liked some of the coach advice Ankalaev was getting between the third and fourth round as well.
And those front kicks he was throwing as well were really good. Really
effective. They were effective. And his coaches were saying to stop him leading with like the straight shots, because Pereira was slipping them and countering them. I thought that was a nice observation by Ankalaev's camp, and what was some good advice. But you don't always get great advice in MMA corners. I've noticed this compared to boxing, where maybe if a guy's, you're landing head shots to him, but he's just got a chin, they'll say switch it up, go to the body. There's a lot more tactical advice in boxing between rounds, and it was a good example in this fight for Ankalaev's camp. They did some good coach work and advice for the fighter. But I gave the first and fifth round to Pereira, and then I gave Ankalaev the second, third, and fourth. The scorecards by Mike Bell and Derek Cleary, they were the accurate ones in my opinion, because I scored them same as those two guys.
Yeah, no, it's definitely it's one of those ones though. One big strike either way, the fight's very different. It's really close, definitely. And the matchup being next to rematch being next is definitely the right choice in my eyes.
Yeah, there's not really anyone else.
Pereira's that much of a star,
Yeah,
bring on that rematch.
Because I say there's not really anyone else, but there are some options still.
But not more that are even more worthy than Pereira coming off a loss.
No, definitely not. Definitely not more worthy. I think Pereira should get the rematch. I don't know when they want to do that rematch, because neither guy really took a ton of damage in that fight.
Neither of them got battered up. I think this could be definitely this year. Definitely looking at this year, but
yeah, definitely. Even though Ankalaev doesn't fight that often, does he?
He doesn't fight that often. No, he doesn't. But you think as a champion, hopefully be willing to step it up.
Hopefully, because now it should be, even more worth it a while, because you're making even more money.
But I do want to say, I feel like Pereira definitely could have done a lot more to win that fight. He was definitely looking gun shy. I mean, you could say that's because of the wrestling, the threat of the wrestling, but he did stuff every single takedown.
He did.
So you'd think it would get to a point where he might be thinking in his head that he's losing, and he's in round 3 or 4, stuffed a lot of the takedowns.
Yeah.
Really just go for it. Go for it a bit more, but
yeah.
He was sticking to his counter heavy style, and he was backing up a lot.
I imagine it must have had quite a lot to do with the threat of the takedown, because Pereira's probably thinking, when you're in the fight, you're thinking worst case scenario. You're thinking maybe I throw a kick, I miss, he takes me down, and I'm down for the rest of the round, and he tires me out, gasses me out. That could happen. And that's probably what Pereira's thinking in the heat of battle, thinking, I'm not going to take this risk and throw that head kick.
And also his leg kicks, because his leg kicks have no telegraph on them, he's not going to get taken down off of them, because they have absolutely zero telegraph. You can't take someone, you'll get your leg kicked out from you if you try to take him down off of his leg kicks.
That's so crazy though, isn't it? But I would love to.
Which did happen once in the fight, I think. It didn't.
Yeah.
Pereira literally did just kick his leg out from under him and trip him over.
I mean, not to like, because I want to fight my man, but I'd love to spar with my man still.
Or Pereira.
Yeah. Just not anything crazy, because I know man can bang, like not even like that, but to see like them sort of leg kicks, there's no telegraph. Yeah, it'd be mad. It'd be mad to see it IRL.
Yeah, I think the rematch, I could see it being a lot different to the original match, because I'd expect Pereira as not a champion anymore, and maybe he thought he could just coast along and get the decision because he's the champion, and champions will get the close victories and stuff. But no, not even. He lost the fight, and he might come in a bit different. But at the same time, he's 37 years old, so if he's ever gonna fall off,
he's no spring chicken, and he's even though in the UFC he's not had a ton of miles put on him. He obviously got knocked out by Izzy, but other than that, he's not taken a ton of damage in his fights, apart from that, like those two Izzy fights.
Not really.
And even this fight, he lost. He didn't take much damage, but I imagine having an entire kickboxing career, there's going to be miles on the clock.
Yeah, of course. It's not just a MMA career.
If a rematch was to happen, I would even favour Ankalaev even more, because I think Ankalaev would be maybe to his detriment, but he'd try and walk through Pereira, because he thought, I've stood with this guy for 5 rounds and he couldn't even rock me. But maybe that's his downfall. Maybe that could be his downfall in a rematch.
No, I definitely hear that. No, for sure. The rematch is what's next. It's going to be interesting. 100%.
Yeah. Hopefully we see that this year. I hope we could. Obviously Ankalaev doesn't fight.
More than a fair win to fight Ankalaev. It's a good performance from him.
Yes. Yeah. Definitely.
Sure. But
obviously, there was a lot of people saying, you can't win a fight by holding a guy against the cage, and this was something we talked about.
But I mean,
a while ago.
The only thing he did, in round 4, I think it was, he did do that a lot for most of the round.
But still,
even in the striking, there was nothing to really split it.
No, not really. And then second round, Ankalaev rocked him.
Yeah.
But I think if you're a guy holding a guy against the cage, you do win the round. Yeah,
I mean, it gets to a point where you don't hate the player, hate the game, sort of stuff.
Yeah, facts, because obviously Pereira wasn't against the cage by choice. Like, man, if Ankalaev would let him, he would move.
There's got to be reasons why the refs aren't just splitting them up very quick. They're letting them be in that position for quite a while.
Yeah, but you kind of have to, bro. It's MMA. You kind of got to.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. So unless something is done about it by the people that have the power to do something about it, you can't really blame the fighters. You have to walk a way around it at this point.
I have a feeling we used to see like a lot more like separations in like Pride and stuff.
Yeah,
it's like there wasn't much grappling.
Their focus was on that excitement.
Yeah,
I mean, when the grappling did happen, I think they were looking for more ground and pound and submissions. But these days, working for position and advancement is enough.
Yeah, there definitely was a lot more finishes on the ground back in them days. But again, the level was a lot lower.
Yeah, of course.
Everyone's a black belt now, isn't
it? The rate that MMA's grown at is of a percentage that's so much more than any other sport in recent history. That's because it's so young in comparison to every other sport.
Of course. Yeah, of course.
So it only makes sense. But might as well move on to the co-main event, which was Justin Gaethje winning a unanimous decision against Rafael Fiziev.
That's a fight I think I'd want to watch back without the commentary on, because it felt like we were kind of being gaslighted into some narrative that Fiziev was gassed. I didn't think he was really looking.
I don't think he was really gassed, but I do think Justin Gaethje won.
Yeah.
Although I picked Fiziev and I wanted Fiziev to win.
Yeah.
But I think when Fiziev was sort of coming in close, Gaethje was sort of ducking and landing a right overhand a lot, and it was really successful. Although Fiziev he got dropped with that uppercut.
Yes.
And sort of moved on multiple occasions by Gaethje's punches. He wasn't like just rocking him with every punch. Fiziev was in there banging, landing his own stuff as well. I think it wasn't cut and dry like sort of victory for Gaethje. It was kind of like the first one where it was competitive, but he won, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But Fiziev looked like Fiziev. He didn't look anything different from really what we've seen in the past from Fiziev. He kind of looks like the same guy.
Yeah. No, I'd agree with that. I think I probably gave Fiziev the first round and then Gaethje the second and third.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fight I'd want to watch back again still. I have a feeling if I was to watch that fight back, maybe my opinion would change on it. Yeah, good win for Gaethje. I mean, defied the odds. He was the underdog in this fight. Everyone was thinking, his chin was cracked. This was going to be it for him, and it wasn't. So he's right back in the mix. Yeah, he's right back in the mix now, I think.
And now the question is, who does he fight next?
Maybe it's Ilya. Maybe it's
Gaethje versus Ilya.
Maybe. I mean, do that and then the winner fights for the title.
Yeah, maybe, innit?
I think Ilya was saying he wants to have a fight and then fight for the title at lightweight. They do that. That could be it.
You're doing it.
Yeah, or maybe they do Dustin v Gaethje as like Dustin's retirement fight. Gaethje, he kind of is a legend, to be fair, as far as like the lightweight division goes.
Yeah, Gaethje did say he doesn't really want that fight though.
Oh, he did. Oh, okay.
He kind of joked about it, but which makes me think maybe he does. But
yeah, you never know. I didn't know he said that. To be fair,
he said someone asked him like, "Would you fight Dustin Poirier?" And he was like, "Neither of our neither of our families deserve that."
Bro, like Gaethje, go back to the World Series of Fighting, isn't it?
Bro, back when he was undefeated.
Yeah,
that's crazy that we remember him as like when he came off through like that as undefeated and he fought Michael Johnson in his debut.
Yeah, mad.
He was undefeated, and now man's lost not hella fights, but he's probably lost like 5 fights,
something like that. Yeah, it must be. He's he was Khabib's last fight as well.
Yeah, he got smoked.
Yeah, you get choked out, innit?
Yeah,
what a guy. Man, World Series of Fight doesn't even exist anymore, bro. It's PFL.
Yeah, that's mad, isn't it?
Yeah. But now Bellator doesn't exist. That's also PFL. But man, I mean that PFL buying Bellator was kind of baffled me. I can't lie, because why would you buy Bellator to then have contracts with all their biggest stars and then just not use them? Okay, fair enough if you can't afford to use them, but why even buy Bellator in the first place then?
Yeah, it kind of gets to the point where it's like, why are you? It's kind of like the AEW thing, isn't it? They sign all these guys and then they just don't even use them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's worse in AEW because these guys have to get paid. In MMA, you only get paid when you fight, innit? I mean, maybe that's worse for the actual athlete, but it's better for the company. So like they could have someone like Pitbull under contract for years, use him whenever they want, or not, and then no one else can use him, and then you waste his prime. His prime was in Bellator anyway. He's past it now. Which is probably why I will get mollywopped in the UFC.
Yeah, you never know. Rodriguez, who's no easy fight.
Nah, I mean a very tricky fight. Actually, Pitbull, he's a more striking heavy fighter now. I mean, against Shahir, maybe you'll be forced to grapple if that's like your only sort of path to victory. But it is very difficult to fight with on the feet. A very tricky style. Pitbull's not as young as he used to be. Can still crack. Still got power in his hands, but other times undefeated, isn't it?
Yeah, did you see any of the other fights on UFC 313?
Obviously, Ruffy.
Jalen Turner fight.
I didn't see the Jalen Turner fight. I skipped past that. But obviously, I heard that he retired.
Yeah, he got submitted in the first round and he retired.
The thing is, I hear it and I don't hear it, right? Because obviously he's thinking, which is something fair to think. If he's losing to these type of guys, then he's probably not going to be a world champion ever. And MMA's not the type of sport where you want to be mean, no sport is like that, but not the type of sport you want to be a journeyman because you'll take a lot of damage for not very much pay. You know, so he's thinking, you know, if I'm going to be basically a journeyman making 100 and 100 a fight, like a couple times a year, it's not worth the brain damage to me, so I'm just going to retire.
Yeah, I mean, it gets to a point where you're just... And also, it could be a thing where he's making a certain amount of money and like maybe the UFC said they're just going to cut him or whatever, and he's just like, fuck this, I'm going to retire.
Yeah, maybe, yeah, perhaps. He's got a number of losses in a row, but I was looking at the losses and they're close decisions, you know? It's not like he's getting... Well, some of them are close decisions. Obviously, the Moicano fight, maybe you could say he's a bit unlucky because he didn't follow up with the finishing shots for the Moicano fight, but it's MMA. You know, you're going to lose like that. Gamrot, a split decision. He's at the top of the division. Hooker, a split decision. He's near the top of the division as well. He beat King Green, you know, bloody hell, Bobby Green, and then lost to Moicano, and then lost to Bahamondes. So it's not.
Yeah.
It's tight because like losing split decisions to Gamrot and Hooker, to me, like there's no shame in that.
Mm.
I mean, obviously,
those are good. Those aren't shameful losses.
Yeah, obviously he got stopped by Moicano. That's a bad loss. But Moicano was in his bag. I mean, he still is, but yeah,
that was a bad loss because of he had multiple chances to finish it, and he wasted them, and then he got finished himself.
Yeah.
So that's what makes that loss even worse. He made a lot of bad decisions in his career, and I mean, he got a pretty horrible record, to be honest. 14-9.
Yeah, it looks pretty bad.
He was a ranked lightweight like a couple fights ago.
Yeah.
Like, bloody hell. But at the same time, you look at his competition from early, 2018 he started in the UFC, and he's only 29 now.
Yeah, he's still young, and he's so big for lightweight. He's always 6'3".
But yeah, I mean, like you said, Dan Hook and Mateusz Gamrot split decisions as well, both of them.
Yeah.
They're not bad.
No.
Losses, to be honest. And that was absolutely bad. It was a good win for Jaden Turner, but that stoppage was horrible. You remember that one against Bobby Green?
Yeah.
And then obviously his last two losses. I mean, he really probably shouldn't be fighting guys of this high level. I know Moicano is like he should have won that fight. Definitely should have won that fight. So if he won that fight, he would have been 15-7, and maybe he would have fought someone different. But it's just a case of he's been pushed up way too fast. I mean, he's fought a bunch of high level ranked guys. He's only 29 years old. Maybe he should go up to welterweight or something.
That's what I'm thinking, because he's a big guy, 6'3".
Go up to welterweight. Go on like a 5 or 6 fight win streak against these unranked guys. Just say to like the UFC, yeah. But I mean, the type of money he's on, they probably won't let him do that. If he's on that, like
he's on a lot.
100.
Yeah.
Apparently he's on like 100 or more. So they're probably not going to really let him do that if he's on that type of money.
No, probably not. No. Shame.
So yeah, clearly had some talent with some of the wins he got, but...
Yeah, but 4 losses in your last 5.
Sometimes it just doesn't come off for you like that. I mean, his UFC debut was against Vicente Luque at welterweight.
Yeah, not an easy fight at all.
I wouldn't say he exactly got the easy path.
No, not at all. Not at all. Those were the 3 fights. Obviously, the Ruffy fight as well.
Yeah, the Ruffy knockout was absolutely brutal.
Insane, right? I mean, surely it's got to be a knockout of the year. I mean, we're only in March, but...
I mean, so far, I think it is, clearly.
Yeah, got to be, innit? Crazy knockout. Yeah, another win for the fighting nerds.
And they look to continue their nice little run.
I had my boy Prates rassing a blem in the arena.
Yeah, man, Prates.
Who's
he fighting? That's Jeff Neal, isn't he?
Yeah. Jeff Neal, Neil Magny, all these black welterweights, isn't it?
Yeah.
All the same guys, isn't it?
One early preliminary fight, that's weird. Oh yeah, the Curtis Blades fight never ended up happening, did it? And another
Oh
one.
yeah, what happened? What happened? Did Curtis Blades get injured or something?
Someone got ill apparently. I can't remember which one it
Oh,
was.
that's mad to think Curtis Blades is on the prelims. That dude he's main evented pay-per-views, and you're putting him on the prelims.
On this card, I got all the predictions that I made. I got correct other than the main and co-main event.
Should have put some
picked
money on it.
Mondes. Obviously, I don't care about the women's fight. I picked Ruffy. I picked Van. I picked Bruno Ferreira. I picked Carlos Leal. But yeah.
Should have put some money on it, innit?
Fiziev and Pereira let me down. 2 decisions.
Yeah. And they were probably like the 2 favourites for those fights as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Going into it. Bad. I should gamble more often though.
Yeah, financial freedom can come from gambling.
My boy's definitely addicted to it, but that's mine.
Yeah, less said about that, the better, isn't it?
Yeah, facts. That man's like gambling on like European basketball and like Wolfsburg's fucking basketball team. It's mad. Occasionally comes through with the fixed games in Albania, so it's all right.
You can make a little something. At
least.
Facts.
I mean, yeah, you can occasionally make some decent money, but the thing is, often the betting companies, they'll lock off your account, innit, because they'll clock. They're like, right, this guy just made an account and he's slapping on 500 quid on Albanian football. Yeah, we know what's up. You just lock off your account like that. And
yeah, did you see anything from Raw the other night?
That's anything from Raw. Obviously, CM Punk's promo. That was it. I think I only saw Punk's promo.
Oh, last night.
Oh, last night. Oh no! I haven't seen anything from last night's Raw. I'm thinking of the Raw last week.
No, last night. Obviously, Seth Rollins and CM Punk had a cage match, right?
Okay, yeah.
Roman Reigns came back.
Oh, that's cold.
Yeah, Seth Rollins was like sitting by the open cage, and then Roman Reigns just appeared and pulled him out of the cage and just like started beating the shit out of him. And then he got in there and started beating the shit out of CM Punk as well.
Oh, man. So did Seth Rollins technically win that match then?
Yeah, he did. He got ripped out and then they just announced him as the winner.
Okay, that's jokes.
But yeah, he got like speared in that. He got a Superman punch speared. And also Cody Rhodes cut like a generic NPC promo. And also, I'd like you to watch this video if possible. But a masked assailant helps the New Day defeat the LWO, and he's got like a Mr. America mask on or whatever. But it's like obviously Chad Gable. But it's funny. He does his little pose and that, but it's funny.
Okay. What are you gonna send it to me on? Let me see.
I can find the link for you.
Actually, no, I'll just find it on YouTube. Quick.
Yeah, I got the link. Put it in the Discord.
Say nothing. Okay.
Yeah, so for anyone that doesn't know, like, I think the LWO are having a match with the New Day, or Kofi Kingston is having a match with someone. It's some sort of bullshit tag feud match, and then what appears to be Chad Gable in a mask comes in a mask and a hoodie comes in, and just German suplexes like Rey Mysterio, and he does his little like pose, and I think he says gracias, and then I think he just cuts out.
Okay. Oh man, this is
have you seen any of it?
I'm seeing it now. Yeah. How's your boy Ray?
Yeah, Ray's my favorite wrestler ever. Ray is really out here getting mashed up.
Right, that's some crazy German suplex. Dashing him about. That's your boy, bro.
No, I do rate Chad Gable though.
When a man does his thing, there's security bear trying to grab him. That's jokes. He's dashing away. Man's gone, bro. That security got no chance, please.
Yeah, he cut out, innit?
Yeah, I was out of nowhere. Why's man doing that to your guy for?
It's racist, isn't it?
Yeah, facts. Go back to where you come from, innit?
The man have to shout gracias.
Facts. Taking American jobs, whatever that means, innit?
Yeah, whatever American jobs are. Whatever they seem to
jobs. Be. I've never heard of anyone stealing a job before, you know. Stealing jobs is jokes.
Stealing it as well, like taking it from someone.
I mean,
yeah, I don't really think much else happened on Raw. That. Oh yeah, you know the comedian Andrew Schultz. He had like a little bit.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, Logan Paul pulled him over the thing and like trying to suplex him, and AJ Styles came out and helped him.
Right. I mean, it's not. At least it's not as random as the stuff that was happening in WCW, isn't it?
I just like Penta actually had a little angle moment. He's beefing that random German guy.
Oh, Ludwig Kaiser.
Yeah. He looks so wet.
Bro. That's my guy, bro. Yeah, because man's just. You see him. What did you think when you see him?
I know he was with Gunther in it.
Yeah.
I know he's just supposed to be like the same kind of gimmick.
Yeah, you think he's bare wet, but like that's like what you're supposed to think of him, innit? Because he's a villain, innit? Like, you're not supposed to rate my man. Oh man, like Ludwig Kaiser, you know.
Yeah.
He used to do like the ring entrance for Gunther. So he would like say like you're undisputed NXT champion or whatever.
Penta does sound like a nerd when he's speaking English.
You can't let him speak, innit? Or if he's gonna speak Spanish.
Yeah. Or just say your one phrase over and over again.
Facts. Was my guy Raquel Rodriguez on Raw?
Your guy?
Yeah.
Believe so.
Raquel Rodriguez will soon have 2 titles on her shoulders. Yeah, bro. And then I'll have her around my shoulder, bro.
Oh, isn't she a lesbian?
Is she? She won't be for much longer. She won't be for much longer, innit?
She's not even bad.
Well, she's bad enough, bro. No, she'll do the job for sure.
What do you think? There's so much better than her in the company.
Of course, bro, but that's the game, though. You don't want to get one of the top tier ones.
What does that mean?
What does that mean? We know what that means.
Oh, she's chilling with Liv Morgan, who's like, you could just pick her up.
The obvious option would be like, everyone will go for
Liv. You mean
Liv.
the obvious option? Like,
that's why I'm not going to go with her. Like? That's why I'm not going to go with Liv. Go with Raquel Rodriguez, bro. I'd grab onto that, bro.
What, not Nia Jax?
Yeah, her as well, but obviously she's not as active no more. I mean, Raquel Rodriguez is more bad than Nia Jax. Don't get twisted. But Raquel's still got some meat of her own to grab onto, but it's like back muscle meat. I just grab onto that.
She looks like a lesbian, though, to be honest.
She looks like I mean, she won't be a lesbian once she meets me.
I guess.
What does that even mean, innit? What am I going to do to her?
Yeah,
If I told you, you'd have to look off the podcast, innit?
Yeah, you can't say it on the interwebs, innit? On the radio waves.
Just to be hearing, ladies and gentlemen, we got him, innit?
Yeah. I just hear your door getting kicked down.
Facts. Like when the cat jumped onto the roof.
Yeah, he's just too active.
Thought the door was getting boomed, bro. Oh man, 21 episodes, G. Who would have thought?
Well, we're really here though.
Facts, bro. On 59 subs. Slowly growing, G. Slowly.
But what is the next WWE pay-per-view?
Mania.
Is that the next one?
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
That's in April, isn't it?
Start of April, yeah. Start of April.
Yeah. April 19th and April 20th.
Mad. Cheapest tickets is probably like $5, $7.
That's not even including all the travel and hotel and the lot of it, mate.
Yeah.
And that's to be in the worst seats.
Exactly, bro. You're seeing
so really, if you actually want to have an enjoyable experience, you need to pay you're probably paying out a total, everything included, like 10, 15 racks.
Yeah. I reckon. Yeah.
Which is just mad for. If you're up, then that's minor, to be honest. But
yeah, but you got to be seriously up to be spending 15 grand. Yeah, on. I'm assuming you want to go to both nights as well, and it's even more.
Oh, well, that's just for one night.
Oh, you mean like? I don't know. Maybe you probably could drop 15 racks for like a nice seat and accommodation.
We
and
get
flight
both nights included. And...
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Surely,
crazy, though, isn't it?
It really is. Oh, and I'm seeing companies like Cage Warriors charging 50 quid just to stand up. That's where they get it from, bro.
I don't. Yeah, why? Why even have stand? I don't understand. Like, even if you offered me to go for free but be in the standing seats, I probably wouldn't.
You know what I mean?
I probably wouldn't, to be honest.
No, I hear it, bro. Because deeper, like I went there for one of them, right? And you will either have to be standing for a long time because you have to get there early so you can stand in like a decent spot. You're either standing for bare long, or you get there later and you're standing like right at the back. You can't see nothing.
Yeah, that's
so
crazy.
It's really a lose-lose situation. At least like the
But then if you're not trying to pay what you'd have to pay for the seats for Cage Warriors, you know what I mean? Not even.
Nah, bro, I hear it, G. It's mad.
And then if you're gonna think let's go to the UFC, even that's crazy.
It is. The worst seats is like 80 quid. The worst seats at 80 quid, bro. They're eating, bro.
UFC?
Yeah.
I thought they were way more than that.
I'm sure it was like 80 quid.
What, when you went?
Like the worst? No, not when I went. When I looked like most recently. But the worst seats was like 80 quid. At least the basketball near us, you can get tickets for that for like 20 quid.
Yeah, but it's like fake basketball, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. But if you're trying to get faded and go out and do something, then I'd much rather do that than put my life savings on a halfway decent UFC ticket. Although we was trying to wait until the Bellator prices went down a bit more. That would have actually been a half decent event to go to. That's like the last time. That's the last time Bellator will ever be in England because PFL closed them down.
Yeah, I'm seeing the worst seats. Well, for UFC London, obviously, it's in March and so it's bare close. So obviously, it's going to be expensive. But it's like $2. But obviously, if you'd have got there when it dropped, it probably would have been around that.
What you should have done is bought them and then shot them now.
Cage side, yeah. Go on. What do you think cage side is?
Cage side. So the worst tickets is $2, but the cheapest is $2. Cage side must be 2 racks.
Oh no! You're way over.
Okay, fit 1,300.
It's like $7-8.
That's not. That's a lot less than it would be for like boxing. To be fair, yeah, so that's not bad then. I mean, it is bad, but comparing it to the worst seat, yeah.
But when it like this is in a couple. This is in like a couple weeks, so it's if you got, I would have thought maybe it would have been cheaper the closer you get. So they'd be trying to get rid of them. But maybe not.
You should have bought the tickets when they first dropped and then shot them.
If I find $7 on the ground, you know what I'm doing with it.
Oh. Yeah, man. Well, UFC should be inviting us to the shows soon, though, but you never know.
But yeah, no, you can't get. I mean, this is on what? The O2 official ticket partner.
Yeah. But like Dana trying to save boxing, though.
Yeah, respect.
I hear it.
You can get one for less than 2, to be honest. 189. Well, but like, why even be that far away?
Bro, you end up watching it through your camera or on the screen in the actual arena. You may as well be at a yard.
Some of them are 2 racks.
There
are 2 rack tickets. Yeah, that's like front row.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I was that's what I was thinking. Like, if the cheapest ticket is two bills, then the ones right up there must be like 2.5, too.
Yeah, that was just for like the section, but not for actual front row. Actual front row was like 2.2.
Yeah, see, I was spot on,
which is
bro.
wild.
Yeah.
189 to 2.2k. Bro, damn UFC fight night.
Sell my whip and buy a ticket, innit?
You should, you know. Content, innit?
Yeah. Not a bad idea.
Make a little vlog. It's worth it, innit? Bad worth it. Like, you sell your whip to fund Orlando Brown. Better yet.
See, that's something I would do, innit? Because we could chop that up, make it into bear clips, and I mean, you wouldn't see any profit from it, but the growth you'd see from it, it'd be worthwhile.
I'll bet you could guess like 3 or 4 fighters on this card just because it's in London.
Gunnar Nelson.
Typical... Yep.
Gunnar Nelson. Obviously, Jimmy Manuel was retired. Brad Pickett's retired.
There's one super bait one.
I know Jan's on the card.
Couple of these guys I see always on the England cards, man.
Addy's not even on the card, which is mad. Leon Edwards.
They got Leon.
Yeah, Leon Edwards.
They got Molly McCann.
Fuck it, she still fights. Yeah.
They got Nathaniel Woods.
Oh yeah. I know. Yeah. Molly McCann, bro. I remember watching her.
I don't know if you know Jordan Vucenic. He's got like tattoos over his whole body and his neck and his face and that.
What weight class does he fight at?
Lightweight.
Yeah. I think I do know my man. Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's not actually a bad card, to be honest.
No, you know, automatically Gunnar Nelson's going to be on the card. That's a given.
Yeah, UFC London, he's there.
That's a given, bro.
Doesn't miss him, and he barely ever fights. They've literally like stacked this card as much. Oh, there's an Indian female fighter.
Why don't they put
Wouldn't want to be cage side for that one. Smell her from mile off.
Why don't they put the little retard Artem Lobov on this card?
I don't know if you know Mick Parkin. Heavyweight he trains with Aspinall. He's fighting Tabora in this.
Oh, fair enough.
Ranked heavyweight matchup.
You better be as good as Tom.
Just think that's on the prelims, so ranked heavyweight matchup.
Oh, the UFC matchmaking is just bare weird.
Above that, they got Lona Kavanagh from England versus Felipe dos Santos, and then Jai Herbert versus Chris Padilla. Which is, guys I wouldn't expect anyone to have heard of. Maybe Jai Herbert.
Yeah, I've heard of him.
Yeah, just as they always do, and it's just anyone that's close to England, just put them on the card.
Facts.
And Kevin Holland as well.
Kevin Holland's
should ask him what 45.70 is out there, innit? Go to UFC London and just ask him what 45. Yeah, where's your 45.70 now, bitch?
Facts.
Just punch him up, innit? Get you to punch him up.
Just violently assault him, innit?
No, he's fighting Gunnar Nelson, isn't he?
Oh, is he? Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Jesus. I was fighting Jacare at one point.
That's just better than most fight nights, I will say.
Yeah.
It's like, if you're able to just lose 2 racks and not even realise, then why not go to this?
Nice, innit? Must be nice.
It's a pretty... No, it's not a bad little card. It's like... the London ones are always pretty decent, though. They'll put all the worthy...
Yeah, British, I mean, they only come to London, once a year. So when they do come, they try and...
Once, maybe twice. No, I don't think they've ever gone twice, actually, have they?
No, I mean, because the other time they've gone to, like, Manchester. But that was in Manchester, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So even when they come back to England, they've had, like...
that Manchester was in, like, 3 a.m, wasn't it?
Yeah, mad. Yeah, and the main event wasn't until, like, 5 a.m.
I can go into that.
Fuck, I mean, I would be falling asleep, G.
Yeah, no fight, no matter how exciting, could make me just not fall asleep at like 5 a.m.
Yeah, but I'm too old for that, G.
Yeah, same.
What are you too old
too
for
much.
that? Too much. I'm too old for that. And considering tomorrow I'm going to be 24, I'm definitely too old for that, G.
Yeah, of course. What are you doing? You
Old.
got anything in mind?
Nothing exciting, G. Might ras it. Family will come round late in the evening. Probably have a meal. Nothing too crazy though, bro. Just chilling. Might record a side quest in the morning.
It, like, if birthdays aren't super special anymore, just
no, I mean literally just an excuse to book some time off work.
For real.
At this point,
chill.
Might record some side quests, or if you're active in the morning, could rise up another pod. But I'm easy, G.
I doubt I'm going to be doing anything.
Yeah. Yeah. No, nothing exciting. Getting too old. That's why I need to get monetized on YouTube and X, innit? Start getting paid. That's what it's all about, bro. Got to get paid, G. Got to get paid.
Yeah, you got to. You got. Well, that's the goal at the end of the day, innit?
Thanks. Get monetized so I can make, 6-7 bills a month, then move to Thailand.
Of course.
Sick, because you can live off that there comfortably. Stay out there for a couple months, wait till my visa expires, then come back to the UK. Yeah, I'm not trying to. It's not the type of place I'm trying to stay without a visa, innit? To have immigration booting off my door. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Did you see the Christian Cashin thing on AEW?
Did I see that? I think I saw at the start of it. Did he cash in successfully though?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think he did. That was jokes though. Man was like better opening up the contract and signing it. I mean, that really should be like how it's done in WWE though, because
WWE they hand over the
yeah, you should open it up, sign it, make sure it's all legit and all that. That's jokes, but
yeah, he failed to cash in. He was trying to cash in on Edge.
Yeah.
John Moxley's the world champion, isn't he?
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess John Moxley tapped him out once it was made a triple threat. I guess, yeah.
AEW just had a pay-per-view, innit?
Yeah, I think that must have been it, no?
That was it. Okay.
Revolution.
Yeah, I heard that they've had quite a few title changes on that event. I have to go and watch it still.
Swerve Strickland laid Moxley out with a swerve stomp from high guard rail to end the show. A show of force after he earned the next title shot earlier in the night with his win over Ricochet.
Oh, wow.
At one point, both Moxley and Cope were laid out after a double clothesline, and Wheeler Yuta came out. After teasing hitting Moxley, he realigned with him instead after their fallout. Yuta tossed in the briefcase holding the world title, but Jay White ran out to even things out. He then swung the case at Moxley, but the champion ducked and Cope was knocked out, barely getting his shoulder up as Moxley tried to pin him. White and Yuta then brawled out to the back.
That Switchblade. He's cold. He is cold. But yeah, I have to watch that event still. I heard there was like a number of title changes. So might be interesting to see. But the new fasting I've got is kind of dead at updating that sort of stuff. I haven't even got any of the AEW pay-per-views on there. So I have to try and pattern it another way, which is very annoying. That's the thing, because we changed like the it's the same Fire Stick, but we changed like the app we use for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there'll be ways, like there's always these websites, I don't want to bait out the name on the pod because you can get them locked off and that, because I rely on these sometimes for UFC and wrestling and that, but there's definitely, like I just found the AEW Revolution in 4 parts.
Yeah. I'll have to watch that. I'll have to watch that on my PC. That's minor though. That's minor.
Yeah, there's ways to find it.
Yeah.
It, so.
Facts. Apparently, it was a decent event. People were saying it was like a bit of like a reset for AEW because they had so many title changes, but Moxley's still the world champion, so we'll see.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe, because it's been pretty dead recently still. Because
what do you think about John Moxley?
The thing is, well, in general, I do rate him, but this storyline that's going on at the moment is kind of dead. I can't lie, because they're just overdoing it. A man's been champion for time, and it's just got kind of boring at this point. He's not. He's. I think he's probably like a 4-time AEW World Champion or something. He's suited to being World Champion, but this faction ain't really it. They're just like generic mean guys. It's Wheeler Yuta, Pac, Cesaro, and that chick. But I think they're all starting to like separate now. But it's time because this storyline's been going on for time. The Death Riders and the stable's just kind of pointless. They're just guys who just like beating each other up, beating other people up. So they're just a group. That's not really good.
I feel like they kind of been forcing this stable thing. They've been trying to make so many stables and then just abandoning guys and. That's what I think. There's a reason why I don't really see stables too much. I mean, stables do exist in WWE, but there's usually like one or two that are beefing each other, or the ones in control. There's not like all these different stables trying to do different things.
Yeah, because for the most part, they're so hard to book long term.
Yeah,
I mean, we've seen in AEW, you can have some hot, you can create some good moments, some cool moments by putting these stables together, but that's all it is. It's a cool moment. WWE don't do it because they know you have to book a storyline for, at least a few months, ideally 6 months or longer, AEW wasn't really concerned with that. They've had a number of big main event stables that have come together and then just fizzled out because why are they even a group? There's no connection there. They're just random people that they thought would look cool together, and they look cool together, but there has to be more than that. If you
there
want
has to be a reason for them to be with each other. It's not just hard. Put this person, make them back up. Like, why are they back up? What's their motivations in this as well?
Yeah.
It's always like these guys are these one-sided, one-dimensional characters.
Always.
They're just goons.
Facts.
Yeah.
I hear it. But AEW, maybe they'll be making a comeback, but probably not.
I doubt it at this point.
I mean, we saw how sad WCW went out,
But as long as they have money pumping.
That's it, right? At the end of the day. But I mean, that's at that point, it's not even really a business at that point. It's like you're just someone. I mean, that's kind of what AEW is, though. It's just someone's pet project,
Yeah, essentially, right?
As long as someone's willing to pay the bill at the end of the year, or the end of the week, we'll carry on going. But that's not a business. Yeah.
But yeah, like AEW. I mean, I don't doubt that there was a point where they were making money and probably making a lot of money.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
With the ratings I'm seeing on a regular basis, and although are their pay-per-views pay-per-view, or is it like another PLE system that they do?
I don't know how it is now. I'm feeling now it might be just streamed on HBO Max, or Max it's just called now.
Okay.
I know their shows are streamed on Max. I don't know if their pay-per-views are though. I imagine, when AEW first came on the scene and their roster was a lot smaller and they were getting like quite big TV deals for a brand new wrestling company, their only big names was really, Kenny Omega, Cody Rhodes, Chris Jericho, Jon Moxley. Those were like their 4 biggest names. Obviously, they then developed guys like MJF, Hangman, and all these other guys who are now main eventers there. But at the time, these guys wouldn't have been on big money when they first came over to AEW. Hangman might have been on decent money, but nothing crazy. They were probably making a lot of money back then. And then obviously they had a second show and then a third show. They had Dynamite, Rampage, and Collision. I think Rampage has been cancelled now. Rampage was just like the 1 hour show, which was basically like just a main event. It started off really good though. The thing is, the first ever Rampage event, I think main event was like Christian v Kenny Omega. It was a cold show at the start.
To get people interested in it, and then they just
fizzled out. Yeah,
local guys on it and guys they don't care about. But then they'll have these shows and then not even utilize certain guys and just leave them at home.
Yep. Mad.
It's so weird. Mad. I mean, it's just almost like the way it's run is the guy who's in control of creative and all that sort of stuff. I mean, I think a lot of the wrestlers have creative control, don't they? But whoever's that lead figurehead of what happens, it's just like, oh, I'm interested in this guy now, so I'm just going to use him. This guy's come in, I rate this guy, let's use him, and then just forget about the other guy.
Yeah,
guys just get forgotten about and careers get stalled.
Yep. It's a shame, but yeah, that's basically what's happened with a lot of these guys. And you're seeing a lot more guys, come back to WWE now as well. Cody and Punk, they've come back to WWE.
Even WWE like, in itself is in a different place.
Yes, even in NXT, they've got a number of AEW guys. Ethan Page, Sean Spears, who else? Ricky Starks as well, also in NXT. They were basically 3 guys that Khan basically just forgot about. And Sean Spears was a weird one because they gave him, at the start, a pretty cold gimmick. Calling my man the chairman. A man was slapping guys with steel chairs. It was pretty cold at the start. But just fizzled out. Gave him a cool entrance, gave him an interesting gimmick, and then just went nowhere with it. And then tried to make my man come back with MJF stable, and again, nothing happened with that. They had a storyline with MJF stable v Chris Jericho stable, and then after that, MJF stable just fizzled out. Sean Spears, and then he was probably in and out occasionally on TV, probably losing, probably like 50-50, winning some matches, losing some matches, but basically doing nothing. And then contract expires and goes to NXT. And he gets treated a bit more.
The crux of it.
He gets treated a bit more like a main guy. The thing is, a guy like him, he's getting old at this point and never really been given like a proper run to actually do something. But
who, Ricky Starks?
No, Sean Spears.
Oh yeah, Sean Spears has been around for a while.
Yeah. Ricky Starks is cold as well. He's quite charismatic and decent enough in ring, and like I said, a good promo. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what they do with him. He's no spring chicken himself, though. I think he's like 33 or 34.
Still got
even at this point.
Years left though.
Still got years left.
Most of the top guys are in their late 30s.
Yeah, which I mean, for me is a problem. But yeah, that is how it is at the moment. Definitely,
it might just be the new era where not only can guys go longer by not having to wrestle as much, do live events and more and tour dates and such, but it's if they're over enough. But,
yeah, that's true.
Guys can also sort of come on the uprise and maybe a bit older as well.
Yeah.
But
no, that's true.
Yeah, no. It's definitely a thing where you look at a guy like Bron Breakker, right? He's like 25 or 26. Like he's got so much more he can do. So you can really take it slow with him. But I mean, you might look at a guy like Ricky Starks and think, all right, let's get him established in NXT and then maybe see what he can do on the main roster, maybe a mid-card title thing if he's getting that sort of reaction you're looking for.
And that's realistically, that's probably about his ceiling. I don't see him becoming a world champion on the main roster.
I mean, something it's like he'd have to just have such a switch up, and I mean, like you said, he's cold in his own right. I mean, he's getting some reaction. He's getting some attention on him.
Yeah,
coming from AEW as well, guys are all gonna be talking about him.
Yeah, he had at points he had decent runs in AEW. I mean, he was tag team champion at one point. I'm sure he won the TNT championship, or he's won a singles belt before as well. Couple time tag team champion, I'm sure. Yeah, he was successful in AEW at times, but didn't work out in the end clearly. And now he's in NXT, and hopefully he can do his thing there. I'm sure he will. Probably win like a. I mean, but again, he's the type of character. Maybe he doesn't necessarily need to win a belt because he's got a decent promo and he's okay enough in ring. Maybe he doesn't need to win a belt, but where his age, it's not ideal because even if he's in NXT for say 2 or 3 years, by that time he's going to the main roster at 37, 38.
Yeah,
it's not ideal. Whereas ideally, you'd want to be already established on the main roster by that point, and pushing to get a serious main event run before you're 40.
Yeah, of course, but like they know now. I think they don't want to force anything. So if he never gets to that, then he never gets to that. They're not gonna think, let's try get the most out of him and force that push. They're not gonna do that.
Definitely.
So he's gonna become what he becomes, and
100%. Yeah,
it's really as long as the crowds continue to believe in him, then he'll keep getting a push and he keeps performing well. And I feel like people sort of recognize him as like a talker. So if he keeps up these good promos, then I don't see why not. He can be having some mid-card feuds.
Yeah, exactly.
On the main roster in a year or two, couple of years.
No, I agree. Oh, but some of your side quest episodes been doing some numbers though.
Yeah, I've been seeing that. So nice little couple views.
Facts.
The analytics app was there telling me like we got a couple new subscribers, and I was just like, yeah, feeling gassed.
Come on, bro. Come on. It's always good when you jump on there and you see a couple more subscribers, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just building.
That's it, bro. Slowly but surely. It feels like just the other day I was saying that we were at 50 subs. Now we're nearly at 60.
69. Yeah.
Mad.
And of course, wow. my fourth solo side quest went up. Today.
Yes, I did today.
I've seen that a healthy 0 views.
It's still early doors, isn't it? Still early doors.
Well, I'll get there. Like the last one there, 29 views, decently healthy.
Yeah. Enough of my things out 0 views, 1 view, 2 views. And the occasion you get one with 28, 26.
You're living up to your inspiration, Gary V, so it's alright. Okay.
Got to, bro.
I'll rate the picture of Pereira that you use as well, though.
Oh yeah, you got to, bro. Look at that's a regular Donny, innit?
Look at that's a special education guy. I was rating the thumbnail of the last one as well. Next to you got with the soldier, and that's Hollywood Hogan.
Well,
it was the one before. Biv also just fighters. Biv Cejudo and Garbrandt.
Yeah.
I want to pull up my Vince McMahon and Jared Cannonier. But I love it. I do love it.
Bro.
That just tells you exactly just the range of stuff that we'll talk about.
Literally, bro. Got to. The one before that is Jey Uso, Dominic Cruz, and DDP.
Oh, my universe mode, though, I did have to make the New World Order again and put John Cena in it and The Rock in it.
Oh, mad. Okay. Yeah.
That's why I need you to upload to the community creations.
I have to do that after this. Yeah. That's jokes.
So I can download them and I can make them a tag team.
Yeah, your guy's quite cold still. I think your guy's 99 overall still. And his moveset's bare jokes.
No, my guy will have to turn on your guy, though. And turn heel. Even though it should be the other way around, but...
Well, yeah, right. It's alright, isn't it? Just, we're going to slap us on Raw. I've got us on NXT.
Yeah, of course. NXT? I don't even do NXT.
No, I don't normally, but I'm trying to build us up, innit? When us win the NXT Tag Team Championships,
we're going to go on Raw, win the Tag Championships on our debut. I think the current tag champs on my Raw is the Judgment Day.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
I mean, because I saw Damian Priest was walking out of the Money in the Bank briefcase and the tag belt.
Okay, makes sense.
I got my little brand split going on.
Yeah. I split the world titles. I mean, like they've done in real life, but I brought back the big gold belt.
Oh yeah, I gotta do that one. Right now, I got the current World Heavyweight Championship belt.
Yeah. I had to lock that one off. Whenever I do a universe one, I've got
the WCW belt is the coldest belt though.
That's the
big gold one. Yeah. WCW Heavyweight Championship. That's the one I remember. Like Edge having that, Rey Mysterio having that, Undertaker having that, even like Cena and Orton having that.
Batista,
Triple H,
off guys.
Booker T.
Yep. King Booker, innit?
Yeah, I love that title. What about, do you change the design for the main WWE Championship as well?
No, I don't. I don't mind that one so much now. When they had like the red and blue ones, the IC one, I probably kept the same, but I would normally change that back to the white strap one. That was cold.
Yeah, I do like that one from back in the day.
Yeah,
that one is cold. US title, I keep the same. I gave that to Kurt Angle.
Fair enough. Yeah, US title probably keep
deleted
the same.
Logan Paul from my universe. He's not on any show.
Right. It's cold.
Low-key, I might put him on SmackDown because they need a bit of talent. Kind of violated them.
That's jokes.
I got the NWO on Raw. I got like Punk, Rollins, Roman Reigns, Drew McIntyre, John Cena obviously with NWO, and The Rock with NWO, and the main three as well on there.
Okay. Will you have Mr. Perfect randomly walking out between a match?
Well, I mean, if he wants to.
It's universe where anything can happen, isn't it?
If he wants to. I'm sorry, I think I got the Undertaker on Raw.
Okay.
But I might put him on SmackDown because I kind of remember him on SmackDown.
Yeah, I hear it.
But yeah, no, Universe Mode is cold.
It is. It definitely can be. I mean, WWE games. Yeah, it's hard to play them for a long time though. That's what I find.
I do.
Like,
I really do just jump on and play like 2 or 3 matches and then I'll
literally jump on, play a game, 2 games, and then I jump off.
But if I got our guys though, I might be motivated to play with them every week. Yeah, especially if they're super OP as well. 99.
Yeah, they're cold. Your guys just bro, because your guy, I made him like realistic to like height and size, right?
Yeah.
He's just very vicious with it, bro. Like he's got the knee strikes, the elbows, like it's
he's just making up for his height with his the viciousness of his attacks.
Yeah.
I think they Kinshasa finisher.
Yeah.
I'm not sure finisher like a military press slam spine buster or something.
My finish is like a spinning power bomb.
Oh yeah, I thought it'd be like a spear or something.
Yeah, it could have been.
What's your signature?
What is my signature?
Mine's a swanton bomb, innit?
Yeah, what is my signature? Yeah, so yours is a swanton bomb and a H bomb.
A H bomb?
Yeah. Because that's in the game, cool. Innit? So you just get my man when he's on the floor and just bang him in the face as your signature. Like, I was like, your guy's just bare vicious, G.
No, I love that. That's why you'll have to put them on there after we finish recording.
Facts. And our tag team finisher is like you getting the guy, picking him up, and then I like powerbomb him. It's like the Shield sort of finisher, but with only 2 men instead of 3. That's our tag team finisher. I messed up enough guys in NXT with that move.
Well, you put us in NXT.
Got to build us up.
99 rated guys in NXT.
In fact, we're 99 rated against these guys who are like 63, 64 overall. Beating the brakes.
Absolutely destroying them. The guys go up in overalls on Universe Mode and that and develop.
I don't know if they develop like.
Guys went up.
I think they can go up if they're like higher up in the power rankings.
Oh, so like momentum type of thing.
Yeah. So, but I don't think it's like a permanent sort of type of thing.
Yeah.
Yes, man. Our guys should be higher up in the NXT power rankings though, because we're packing guys in every week.
Yeah, no one's gonna beat us in NXT. We're just bullying everyone.
Literally, bro. Literally.
Absolutely burying a lot of them.
Facts. Absolutely facts. But yeah, I'm happy to see that Turkey and Dana are getting into boxing though, because if anyone can make it run, it's them two. But it does.
100%. Like a guy like Dana who knows the format that he wants, and a guy like Turkey Al-Sheet to finance it, you know. But it's going to take a lot of money, man. A lot of money.
And it does kind of confuse me why Turkey was working with all of like these other promoters like Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren. If ultimately what he's going to try and do is put them guys out of business, like really.
Yeah, essentially, that seems like I mean they would be literally putting them out of business.
Yeah, that's the long-term plan, isn't it? I mean, initially it probably won't work like that because they're not going to have the money to be signing the biggest names in the sport off the rip. Like their first like events, they're not going to have like Gervonta Davis or Canelo or Usyk on these cards. They're not. They're going to build guys up to where they're going to be bigger stars than Gervonta Davis, Usyk, etc. You know, and then they'll be the biggest. But
it might even get to a point where, like, I mean, in boxing, it's really like the fighters are the stars. But if you're really building this with a universal boxing promotion, sort of with its own rankings and stuff, and they can sort of UFC it up, boxing could be looking so different in the near future.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
not having these multiple champions. Like, I mean, I do still think that the sort of national championships, regional championships, all that is still going to exist because those level of fighters, I doubt, are going to be involved in this sort of promotion. But they're just going to be going for like the top X number of guys in each division.
Yeah.
And have those guys fight each other. But I mean, it's gonna get if they're successful, we'll get to a point where everyone else is just gonna be working towards getting into that promotion.
Yes. Yeah.
And there might not be much money outside of that promotion.
Exactly.
In boxing.
Yep.
So I don't know. They could take over.
Yeah. I mean, I guess now the ball is back in the court of the governing bodies like WBC, WBO, WBA. Like, what are they gonna do now? Because unless they want to just be out extinct in like 10 years, they're gonna need to do something to kind of combat this. So I mean, if they stay the same, then they'll be extinct for 10, 15 years, and they won't exist anymore. But that's what I'm saying. The ball's sort of in their court now. They can either change their own format, because the way their business is run is so archaic. It was always bound to have something like this with Dana and Turkey to happen, because the gravy train can only go on for so long. So let's say you're my fighter, and I want you to fight for a WBC championship, right? I'll contact the WBC. They'll be like, okay, this guy's 17-0. Yeah, he can fight this guy for a world title. So we have to pay you. Oh no, I have to pay WBC a licensing fee so we can use their belt, and also we need to pay for like a representative and like the WBC president to come down, give them front row tickets, pay for their accommodation as well. Let's pay for all of that just so you can fight for the WBC world title. Now imagine if you've got an undisputed title shot and you've got all 4 belts on the line, G.
Yeah, for you could be paying out as much as you're making.
You know what I mean?
Which is absolutely wild. That's the way that boxing works.
So that's what I'm saying. It was only a matter of time before something like this.
The gravy train can only go on for so long.
Exactly.
So that's his perfect statement to cover it, really.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I don't think you're going to see. You're not going to see loads of boxers come out against this promotion. Obviously, for one major reason, because Turkey Al Sheikh's involved.
Yeah,
but because
that's a big swing.
Yeah. Also, because these boxers and boxing managers and agents and all that don't have to pay these governing bodies these huge fees anymore.
I mean, yeah, it's not gatekeeping boxing, but it's gatekeeping it with money.
It kind of is
gatekeeping it to people who can't pay for it.
Exactly, which means all the big promoters have all the world champions.
Which, I mean, yeah, you're really going to see a lot more. I mean, you can see in like MMA, there's a lot more fighter power. There is a lot already in boxing, but it's more promotional power that the promoters have.
Yes,
It's just going to be very different.
Yeah,
interesting, to be honest. I mean, the way boxing's been getting better, we've been seeing more fights that we want to see. But yeah, with Dana White involved, I'm interested to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Dana White and Turkey together, it's in terms of business and the fight game, it's almost like a match made in heaven, because you've got Dana, who's a fan of the sport, wants to see the best fights happen, and Turkey.
He was in boxing before MMA, wasn't he?
He was, yeah. That was his first sort of venture, wasn't it? He was a boxing manager.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotta respect it, man. Gotta respect it. I did make a side quest about it. That's not coming out a bit of time. I think that's episode 48 of the side quest. Crazy, isn't it? 48 episodes. It's ridiculous.
So you're trying to reach Joe Rogan numbers in the side quest, isn't it?
That's what I'm saying, G. Because Joe Rogan's on like 2,200 and something.
Side quest 3,212.
But at that point, I would have hopefully had some cold guests on by that point.
Yeah, you'd say that would, if you're actually even making that many episodes.
That's what I'm saying. You can't go wrong if you're making that much content.
If you make 3,000 episodes and you haven't had a decent guest on,
what am I doing in it? At that point, I'm just not even trying to get guests on. At that point, is it?
Surely not. But even someone would look at the amount of content you've done and they're like, "Whoa,
yeah, facts.
This guy's a sick man."
Hopefully, that's what they're thinking anyway, isn't it? But yeah.
Yeah. I'll soon come for some nice guests. Aaron the plumber, priority number 1.
Aaron the Plumber,
He's
Orlando
back,
Brown.
though. I saw he's back.
What we need to have a Lonely Stoners boxing event. Aaron the Plumber v Orlando Brown, the main event. That's what we need to have.
That doesn't sound very fair.
Why not, bro? I mean, Orlando Brown's just some fat, short little.
Are you trying to do like a John Jones versus Rafael or something? Like, it's just trying to do him.
That's what it's about, bro. It's about these freak show fights, isn't it? That's how I make my money.
You just want to see Orlando Brown get thumped in. And to be fair, he might have a shot.
No, he doesn't. Still, nah. Aaron the Plumber, he said he can run a fade with anyone, isn't it? Like Pokemon, he's got to catch them all.
Fair enough. That's your guy, though, Aaron the Plumber.
But you rated him, Vez. When I dropped his name, you were like, "Right, this is the GOAT now."
I had to find that moment though in that episode. I did find it.
Yeah.
You drop his name, and I just started laughing. That's his name.
Oh, but we need to pay one of these like ethnic minorities to watch through our podcast and like clip our funniest moments, because I remember early on in the podcast, like one of the early episodes, I was like, we're back for another episode of the Lopes Center podcast. I'm Evan, and you're like, no, I'm Evan.
Yeah. You got lost in the gimmick, innit?
Oh, facts, got to, bro. That was cold. There's bare cold moments though. It would be. I mean, us talking for hours and hours and hours, over 21 episodes. Like, there's bound to be bare funny moments.
Yeah, of course. That's why, like you said, we need to get an ethnic minority to make a compilation of the best moments.
Facts. Once we hit like
some moments that we forgot about.
Of course, bro. Yeah, tell them to watch it through. Yeah, find some moments we forgot about. Definitely. No, it's cold though. Episode 21. Mad. Who would have thought, innit?
Really here.
Yeah. Last episode had your boy Lex Luger, US agent, and Hulk Hogan on it. Who's going to be on this episode?
Well, I mean, we still got a bit to go. We still got some more stuff we can talk about, but
yeah.
I don't know. What have we spoken about?
3-1-3.
Yeah, it could
about Roman Reigns'
Pereira's name, but yeah, Roman. Yeah, probably put Roman Reigns on there because he's just returned again.
Yeah.
Maybe Ankalaev.
Yeah.
So was that Ankalaev and Roman Reigns?
Yeah. Ankalaev, new light heavyweight champion. Who would have thought it? Now, I mean, I'm a bit surprised because I did think Pereira was going to win, but Ankalaev ain't lost in like 7 years, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, his only loss is to the man himself. So,
Facts.
The man himself, Paul Krieg.
Most dangerous striker in UFC history, isn't it?
What a guy. What a guy, man. Jesus. The only guy to beat the current light heavyweight champion.
Does that make him the lineal light heavyweight champion, isn't it?
Really, it does. It does. Who cares about John Jones? He's the lineal heavyweight champion.
Does Paul Craig have a chance against John Jones, though?
Of course he has a chance.
Really, a good chance.
Gilbert Arenas just tells me he loses by 200, isn't it?
Yeah, facts. Probably
like John Jones could get. There's like a 5%, there's like a 2% chance he gets caught in a submission.
Yeah, no one's.
But there's a 98% chance that Paul Craig loses whatever way John Jones wants him to lose.
Yeah. Probably just knocks him out, innit? Just boots him in the dome.
Probably
knocks him out.
Probably pretty early as well.
Yeah.
It's not even a thing where John Jones would have to like move mad on him. It would just be. That's what everybody just probably just land a quick head kick. So actually, it would just be whatever he wants.
Saying. Yeah, just boot him in the head and finish him. Yeah.
If he gets put in the wrong position on the ground, like if he finds himself in the wrong position on the ground, he could definitely get submitted. Because Paul Craig is, well, say what you want, like even Bo Nickel, the wrestler he is, didn't want to go into that game.
Yeah.
I just decided to pretty much strike with him the entire fight. And although, he's a very shit striker, and Paul Craig doesn't have wrestling, you pretty much have to, like, take him down for him to be able to get his offense off. So as long as you don't put him in a position he wants to be put in, it's an easy dub.
And even then, even if he was in that position, John Jones could rip some disgusting ground.
Yeah, more than likely, he's much more skilled than Paul Craig on the ground. But I mean, with his long arms and that, with his long arms, he could get caught in an armbar.
Yeah, that's possible. I guess. Yeah,
I'll say it's like a 2% chance.
How are we talking about John Jones?
They fight 100 times.
Paul Craig.
Paul Craig will win 2 times.
When we should be talking about John Jones v Aspinall, isn't it?
Yeah,
or
really.
John Jones v Pereira. That fight's not gonna happen.
No, John Jones v Aspinall is next now because Pereira lost. But apparently, from what we're hearing, it's done on John Jones' side. That's the latest. It's done. This is from Aspinall's own mouth. It's done on John Jones' side, and the UFC is just looking for a venue and a date.
Okay, well, let them cook, innit?
Which makes sense if you ask me, because number one is such a huge fight, and number two, you wouldn't want to figure out a date and a venue and then see, oh yeah, this date and venue that we figured out just for this fight. Now let's try to get the fight done. To me, it makes sense that they would get both guys to agree.
Yeah, of course.
And then figure out the event and date.
Yeah, of course. That makes sense.
But that's going to be an absolutely... We'll have to do a Rise Up a Fight companion for that.
It depends what time it's on, isn't it? If it's on Vegas, I
don't give a damn.
3, 4... Right.
We have to rise it up regardless.
But I'll try my best, innit? I might be conquered out.
Worst case scenario, worst case scenario, we can just hire an Airbnb for the night and just go chill in it and watch the card.
It's not a bad idea, to be fair.
It's that important.
Yeah, it's not a bad shout.
That big of a fight.
Yeah, it's not a bad shout at all, to be fair.
Just find an Airbnb for a night. Go halves on it. It's probably going to be like 40, 50 quid each.
Yeah.
Just chill. Ross it.
A good idea still. I like the sound of it. Yeah.
That bit of one of the biggest fights in UFC history.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean,
you ask me, it's the biggest fight ever.
I don't think it's bigger than Khabib v Conor.
I think it is, because for me, it was quite clear who was going to win that fight.
Yeah, but for you but I'm talking like commercially.
I don't think it will. Yeah, okay, commercially, no.
For the fact, but for like guys like us,
I think for the hardcore fan, this is probably the most anticipated fight of all time.
Yeah.
Now, commercially, especially because the way they do it is all different now. Nothing's going to probably touch that Conor Khabib. Was it like 2.2 mil buys or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Crazy. They made serious. Obviously, both guys are getting paid a lot, but they're making serious bread. They're paying them for a reason. Exactly. Not only it's not even like Conor was the superstar carrying it. Khabib was his own star.
That's true. That's definitely true.
But even he had quite some high selling pay-per-views in the traditional, in the traditional pay-per-view era. Especially
after that fight with Conor, he had as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was main eventing against that Dustin, Gaethje, and he did some decent numbers.
Other big names in their own right, but he was a star.
Yeah. Obviously, unbeaten world champion. That doesn't happen in MMA.
No, there's reasons why, and it helped that he improved his English more than other guys are willing to.
Yes, yeah,
and that definitely helped.
Even Pereira can speak English though. I saw that vid with him and Mauricio.
Yeah,
and speaking like good English.
Yeah, like, and what Kamaru said was right. It's like you can't let him know you speak English like this. Like it would take away aura.
Facts.
But I guess Ankalaev already took all his aura, so.
Yeah, facts. But where Ankalaev took his aura, Volkanovski's got his aura back though. Singing at the press conference.
He got absolutely chinned in his last fight.
Last two, no? Didn't he fight Islam and then fight Ilya?
Yeah, I think so, innit? Pretty sure.
Back-to-back knockouts, which is very peak.
Yeah, and that's. I mean, a guy like coming up against a guy like Lopes, who's a big puncher as well.
Yeah, vicious with it.
Coming off 2 knockout losses, only had had one fight in 2024 and got brutally knocked out.
Yeah.
He'll be coming off a pretty big rest over a year.
Yeah.
A year,
which
and
helps,
change.
but still.
A guy like Volk, I don't think he's gonna have, because he's so good. I don't think he's gonna have like a ring rust thing. But again, it's easy. Are you gonna see him just get crumbled by Lopes?
Yeah,
I do think Volk's better. I don't think it's a situation with Makhachev and Topuria where, especially Makhachev is more likely the better fighter and got him with that head kick that other guys have tried to, and also Topuria is just the better fighter. And regardless of whether that punch would have knocked him out or not, he would have beat him, finished him later on. I don't think Lopes is. I don't think he's better than Volkanovski. I don't think he's better than Volkanovski.
No, I wouldn't say he is, but I would say he's younger. He probably throws the harder shot. I would say as well, which it's a fight at the end of the day. That means something. It definitely means something. But if we're talking technique for technique, in terms of the technique of striking and then the grappling, I don't know.
I think Volkanovski's much better, but Lopes has much more of a finish, so he's much more likely to get a finish, even by submission. Maybe I don't see. I personally don't see Volk getting submitted, but because he's one of the most well-rounded fighters we've ever seen, Volkanovski.
Exactly, yeah, that's what I'm saying. But then you're facing a guy who's very easily finish you, and you're coming off 2 bad finishes. Yeah, it's not looking good.
No, it's not looking good at all. And if Lopes wins, I'm personally will most likely be picking Volk in this, because I don't think that Lopes is. If he does find the shot early, I don't think he's going to finish Volk. I don't think he's just going to smoke him. And I think Volk's going to find success in grappling and probably win the fight. But if Lopes wins, I won't be surprised, because like you said, 2 back-to-back brutal knockout losses. Fought once last year, over a year off. And he's, how old is he? 37?
Must be something like
36. Yeah, he's 36.
But if he wins this, does that mean he's a 3-time world champion?
No, one time, isn't it? Or 2 times, sorry.
Oh, 2 times it is, okay.
Because, his first loss, like, other than in his 4th ever fight, was to Islam. And then his second loss was to Islam. And then he lost the heavyweight belt to Topuria.
That's Volk. A man could become a 2-time world champion. Doesn't happen often in MMA.
Especially at his age. Nobody's ever won a title in the UFC at his age in welterweight or below.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. The odds aren't in his favour.
No, they're definitely the odds are all against him. His recent fights, his age, the matchup. It's especially because I've seen Lopes have so much success with like tight, dirty boxing, clinch strikes, and uppercuts, and he's much taller than Volkanovski as well.
Yeah,
he's like half a foot taller than him.
Volkanovski tries to fight like that himself. Like he's more of a pressure striker as well. He tries to fight inside.
At all.
I'm inclined. I mean, you can probably tell, but I'm inclined to pick Diego Lopes for that fight.
Definitely.
Still, but near the time we'll probably have a proper breakdown for it.
Yeah, definitely. I think this UFC 314. That's in April, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
I think it's like might be even around WrestleMania. 12th of April. Yeah, it's like the same weekend.
Oh, bro.
Crazy, but yeah. That's when that's happening. And even then, that card itself is looking super nice. Michael Chandler versus Paddy Pimblett is the co-main event.
Yeah. Right.
Bryce Mitchell versus Gene Silva. Yair versus Pitbull. Jeff Neal versus Prates.
A very cold card.
Even other fights. Dan Hige versus Sean Woodson. Krylov coming back versus Reyes.
Jesus.
Yanjak
on Dominic Reyes.
You got Jim Miller on this versus Chase. Do you know about Chase Hooper?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's fighting Jim Miller, Dan, your boy Darren Elkins.
Bruh.
There's a lot of names on this. There's a lot of decent fights on this. It's a nice pay-per-view. Volk could be making history here by getting the belt back. And for me, Michael Chandler versus Paddy Pimblett is so interesting. I don't know why, because I'm thinking more and more as we get closer, Michael Chandler's just going to knock him out.
Well, Moicano gave his high-level analysis on that, innit?
Yeah.
Which I do hear it, though.
Paddy Pimblett, he punched like this, and Michael Chandler, he punched like this.
But I mean, I do hear it, though, because that is like my immediate observation when I hear those two are getting matched up against each other. Like, I think Paddy's got his chin high, Michael Chandler spams overhands.
For me, this is, if Paddy Pimblett wins, this is what sort of certifies him as a top ranked competitive lightweight, because none of his wins are like, if he were to lose now, you look at his record and go, yeah, that was a step up, and I'm not surprised he lost. I mean, Tony Ferguson was way off of it. I mean, that was a layup. And even Bobby Green, I'm not going to say that's an easy fight, and the way he done him was really impressive as well.
Yeah.
But that's not like, you beat Bobby Green, now you're a serious guy. No,
definitely not.
Although a lot of guys have beaten Michael Chandler, it's the top guys that have beaten him.
Yeah, I feel like this is like the lowest ranked guy he's fought in the UFC. It feels like.
Yeah, this is, or at least it has to be the lowest ranked guy, unless Dan Hooker was lower ranked. No way Dan Hooker was lower than like 12, which is what Paddy Pimblett is.
Yeah. Still, I mean, it's hard because Michael Chandler ain't knocking guys out like that. He's not sleeping guys the way
but I think
people think he could be.
I don't think Paddy Pimblett is that great of a striker, and I think he. I don't at all.
I think he's quite dead as a striker.
And I'm not sure. I don't believe Paddy Pimblett has a wrestling advantage, but I believe he most likely has a jiu-jitsu advantage, and I think he could definitely find a submission on the ground.
I think he'll be more willing to use his grappling as well. Michael Chandler hardly ever grapples.
Nah, he doesn't. Like, really.
Even though, I mean, it kind of goes back to MMA Guru talking about being gaslighted by American wrestling pedigree. It's basically the same thing because Chandler's got like wrestling pedigree, but you wouldn't know. Man never wrestles. He's basically a boxer.
Because he's one of these guys. He's just going to war, pretty much. I mean, if you look at his losses in the UFC, Charles Oliveira, Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier, and then Charles Oliveira again. He beat Tony Ferguson, and he beat Dan Hooker by finish as well.
Yeah.
So the only fights he gone to a decision was his loss to Gaethje and his most recent fight against Oliveira. I don't see this fight going. Is this a 5-rounder? Is this a 5-round co-main event?
I have a feeling it might be, which I don't really rate, but for me, I prefer the 3-round co-mains because it feels like there's more urgency there. Like the Gaethje
might be a 5-round co-main event.
I have a feeling it might be, but like the Gaethje v Fiziev fight, that was a 3-round like scrap, and these guys were pushing the pace and trying to win the fight. With a 5-round fight, obviously you're still trying to win the fight. Obviously, you have to pace yourself a bit more.
But I feel like we know that Chandler has 5-round cardio though. I think Chandler has 5-round cardio, and obviously we know nothing about that with Paddy Pimblett. Yeah, it is a 5-rounder, by the way.
And the thing is, Paddy's been rocked like a few times by guys who definitely can't hit as hard as Chandler.
Yeah.
So MMA math would suggest if you're getting rocked by these guys, if Chandler lands the same shot, you're probably going out. That's what MMA math would suggest.
For me, it ends one of two ways. It ends in Paddy Pimblett snatching Michael Chandler's back in a scramble, and because he's much more lengthy than him and has longer limbs and he's taller, he's just going to be able to control his back, find the rear naked choke, and finish him. And I think that would probably be pretty early on. Or I think Michael Chandler will keep pouring on pressure, landing close in his strikes, and probably eventually knock him out in like the 3rd round. I think it ends one of those two ways.
I think where he went 5 rounds with Oliveira, and Oliveira couldn't submit him, and Oliveira is the best, probably one of
and he was on his back for quite a while as well.
Yeah,
in that fight,
and couldn't submit him. I struggle to see Paddy to do it, but you never stranger things have happened.
Oliveira is, he is one of the weirdest fighters ever. For him to have such the weird start he did in the UFC and then become so good, and he struggles against guys that you wouldn't think he should struggle against, and then does well against guys. He's such a weird guy. I don't know.
randomly locks in and becomes lightweight world champion. That's
I mean, you are right. Based on MMA math logic, if Charles Oliveira fought that much of him in that recent fight they had on the John Jones card, and he couldn't submit him, you would think that Paddy Pimblett's not going to submit him, but I don't know. I think that if Paddy Pimblett's going to win, that's going to be the way. I don't see him winning a decision in this fight, and if he does win a decision and it's quite a clear one, then you have to give him the respect, as you know, and he deserves a big fight next.
That's true. That's true. I would still want to see Pimblett v Moicano though.
Yeah, definitely. I think if Moicano's not booked, is he? Moicano's not booked,
and he didn't take any damage against Islam, really.
So I don't know if he's not booked, and by the time this happens, and maybe I don't know. I think if Paddy wins this, he'll be looking for like a top 5 guy.
Yeah, he probably would be.
He'll be looking for like a top 5 guy.
Yeah, I hear that.
But yeah, this. I feel like this is the make and break one for him. And Michael Chandler's still a big enough name. He's only fought the top of the top guys in the UFC. This is the first step down for him. Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, I mean, Pimblett's 12 and Chandler's 7.
Chandler's 7, yeah, I mean, but he's lost the last couple of fights, so, you know, I'm not surprised he's that ranked that lowly, but...
I mean, it doesn't really make sense. He's beaten Dan Hooker, who's above him.
Oh, is he?
And he's lost to everyone else.
Yeah, well, that Dan Hooker, though. What's his name? The New Zealand psychopath or something?
I mean, it is true.
Okay, innit?
I personally do want to see Moicano get his match again with Benil. Benil Dariush. I think that should be made personally.
Yeah.
But I think if he wins that, and maybe if Paddy beats Chandler, and if maybe Poirier retires, because we know Poirier's retiring after his next fight, so his ranking is essentially not even real.
Yes, basically, unless maybe the guy, unless he loses,
he can get switched up. Yeah, his ranking spot is essentially not even real because it won't exist after his next fight.
Facts.
So someone else will just be put into the rankings.
Yeah.
And everyone like below him will be higher as a result.
Yes, exactly.
But yeah, I mean, you still got Arman up there, Charles up there. I mean,
yeah. I mean, what's next for Arman?
What's going to happen next?
Because Dana was saying that Arman's probably not going to get an immediate title shot, which I hear, but at the same time, if it's not him, then who else is it?
That's the thing, right? I mean, you could maybe push Gaethje because he got a win, but a win over what?
Yeah, Gaethje now.
The third, number 11, Fiziev, after coming off that loss he did. That'd be pushing it. I'd be forcing it a bit, in my opinion.
I mean, that's what happens when you've got a champion who's ran through the division. That's what you have to
Poirier
do.
Pretty much just fought Makhachev, Charles Oliveira. I mean, Charles Oliveira's coming off a loss. I'm coming off a win, sorry.
Yeah.
1 win against Michael Chandler. I mean, you could give him the title shot, or you could.
He's already lost twice to Islam, hasn't he?
What, Oliveira?
Yeah.
I think once, is it? Not.
I'm sure they fought twice. No?
I mean, Islam's not fought Justin Gaethje, so they might force that.
No. Yeah.
No, he beat Charles once.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that's not too bad then.
The belt.
He did submit him, which I've said that a million times before, but probably is the most impressive victory.
Think about it. He won the UFC lightweight title, and his next fight was a super fight against Volkanovski.
It's cold still.
His first title defense.
Right, it doesn't happen often. I mean, no, that never happens. No, it doesn't happen often. That literally never happens, but I'll rate it.
I mean, yeah, obviously Islam's on such a streak at that point that it's still, a super fight.
Yeah. Exactly.
But at least you got Islam coming into the UFC at 11-0 and not like 19-0. Just full fighting, bare negative record guys.
Definitely. Definitely.
So yeah, respect.
Got to, bro. Got to.
He's fighting guys who are 22-6 in his 8th pro fight.
That's very respectable still.
And how old would he have been then? That's 2013. 12 years ago. He would have been 21.
What were we doing when we were 21?
Yeah, COVID times, isn't it?
We weren't banging out guys with 22-6 records, that's for sure.
Like he's goating out though. I'll be honest.
Of course.
He's not far away from being the GOAT.
No, he's not. Definitely not. Definitely not far from that at all.
I mean, like, let's say in his next couple fights, let's say he just beat Topuria. After that, that's like, okay, serious conversations. Yeah. Maybe one more title defense against Arman, and maybe one more after that against Charles Oliveira again or something, or one of these big names. Or even maybe, you never know, by that time, maybe a Max Holloway.
Perhaps.
I mean, if he has these names on his resume and his streak, I mean, that's insane.
Yeah.
And it is much more about the resume, because beating the guys he's beaten fight after fight and making it look easy as well, to be honest. I mean, the closest fight he's had since he's really entered the top rankings of the UFC it was against Volkanovski, the first decision.
That's what I was going to say. First Volk fight, yeah.
He really, I mean, he doesn't look like he's slowing down as well. He just looks like he's getting better through every fight.
I mean, he's even talking about maybe, I don't think he will go up to 185. I think, if anything, he'd go up to 170. But since these guys, Islam and Bilal, because they've trained together once, they think they're brothers now, so they can't fight each other.
I think that's way more Bilal's side. It's got to be.
I definitely.
He just don't want to fight Islam. I think Islam would be on fight with him.
Definitely. Bilal's probably shook of him still. Because he's probably trained with him.
I think he'd lose.
He probably would. He definitely would, because what's Bilal's gimmick? Hands like Canelo, isn't
it? Hands like Canelo, man.
And there's a side by side, and man's just bare slow compared to Canelo.
Why did I take my flag off?
Oh yeah. I think that's back now.
Yeah, it is back.
But what would you expect, man? You're trying to rep Palestine, like, what's up with that?
Come on, bro.
It's never that serious, bro. Like Tim Dillon said, the problem is each side sees the other as less than human, but I see both of them as less than human.
Facts. Like, I don't take sides, you know what I mean? Just kill them all.
Yeah. So because I'm a white Christian male, we're the ones who win.
That's like that guy said, innit, to that one guy. What if a Jew walked into your gym and said that a membership was promised to him by God 3,000 years ago? Would you give it to him?
Yeah.
And he said no. And he's like, "What if he threatened you with bombs?"
Yeah, exactly. At that point, he's like, "Yeah, just work out, bro."
That's what it's fucked, but it's true. But it's fucked.
Yeah, like really.
So it is what it is.
It is.
What are we meant to do about it at the end of the day?
Exactly. Just make a podcast and talk about it, innit?
For real. At the end of the day. We can do.
Facts.
That's all we can do.
No, it really.
Anyway, you know what else I rate about Islam though?
What's that?
He doesn't like just fight in Saudi every fight.
Yeah, that's true. As well.
His last fight was in the US. Fight before that was in the US. Before that was Saudi. Before that was Australia. Before that was Saudi. Las Vegas, Saudi, Vegas, Saudi. Man fought almost routine in Russia, you know.
Right, yeah, they need to go back to Russia and do some cards there. I mean, it's not there's a war. Yeah, they should still.
You could do an Israel card.
They should. I would.
Whole building just gets blown up halfway through.
I do enough cards in Russia and WMMA still.
Yeah, I do cards in Russia, Brazil.
Yeah.
If I go to the US, I only go to Nevada or California.
Yeah. I need to go to Nevada back again still. I'm always my pay-per-views are always in London unless they're in
to China as well.
I have my fight nights. My fight nights all over the world, like Italy, France, Germany, Wales, Russia, China, Japan. But it's just a fight night.
I love Japan. Have like 4 or 5 different locations. I like going to Japan.
Okay.
And I have a lot of Japanese fighters as well, so it helps with with building the cards. So a lot of my guys a lot of my good guys are either Brazilian, Japanese, or English. So not even a lot of my guys are that good are American, to be honest. Not even that.
Yeah, it's probably the same for me as well. I mean, I've got a lot of good Brazilians and good Russians. Some good English ones as well, but yeah, not that many.
Some decent Russians, but they're not like up there for me though yet.
Yeah. Well, like Vlad, isn't it?
Yeah, of course, he's still being built up.
What's in it?
Over 20 fights in my promotion, still being built up.
What you have to do is you have to wait until you've got like every now and then you get like a champion like you don't want to be champion, and it'll be like an upset win. That's when, and he's not that good. That's when you have him face Vlad. And then
my middleweight belt has been a hot potato. I mean, actually, I got the game open now, so I can have a look at it. But my champion right now yet to defend.
Middleweight, yeah.
Yeah, guy before that 0 defenses. Guy before that 1 defense. Guy before that 2 defenses. Guy before that 0 defenses. Guy before that 0 defenses. And then before that, we're going into the Stone Age, where it's a bit irrelevant.
Oh yeah. So what year are you in now?
October 2010. I have 2011 cards built up.
Oh, mad. I'm in 2032. Yeah.
So all my weight classes are above 80% prestige.
Oh, that's cool.
All of them, apart from bantamweight, are above 95% prestige.
I think all of mine are above 80% except for super middleweight.
Flyweight is at 42%. Yeah. But since my guy left, the guy who won it after I left, 1 defense, then 0 defenses. And the current guy has 1 defense, but probably just going to lose it in his next fight, isn't he? I look at these guys and I'm like, oh, they're shit, but they're champions, but they're shit.
Well, facts.
But like they're like just barely good enough to beat all of the super shit flyweights who are like 3-6 and 8-8.
Yeah, I hear it. Yeah.
Yeah, flyweight's awful, but I guess I got it there for a reason.
Yeah, I mean, my lowest is featherweight. I'm still trying to build up my super middleweight division. It's a bit more healthy now, but that's probably my lowest prestige. It's 61% my super middleweight. Like I said, that's my newest belt. All the other ones are above 80%, to be fair.
Think about this. My featherweight title fight on the pay-per-view, it tells me that this would perhaps just make it onto the main show or maybe headline the prelims for a title fight.
That's mad.
Yeah. Obviously, that's the co-main event.
Yeah.
That's why I have to make the card stacked. Like, I got Robbie Lynn as the feature fight.
Robbie Lynn, that's a 4-time lightweight world championship in my company, bro.
Yeah, no, he was lightweight champ and he fought for the featherweight title, but he lost.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah. And he's the man, though. Don't get twisted. That's your guy.
Facts. One of my goats. He's one of my goats. But might have to wrap it up soon because I got some food coming.
Oh yeah. Or are you munching on?
KFC, innit? You got to live up to the stereotype, innit?
I have to get a little something myself. You know, I ain't. Yeah. I'm on the shelf right now. I ain't making food.
No, exactly. You've got to heal yourself back, innit?
Yeah, day by day, though. Day by day.
That's it, bro. That's all we can do.
I'm feeding the recovery.
Yeah, but yeah, my man's here actually. So that's been it from the Lone Center podcast. Episode 22 in the back. Episode 21.
I've been Evan.
I've been Seth.
Yeah, you're Seth, mate. Yeah, you sure about that one?
Yeah. And that's episode 22 in the bag, isn't it?
21, I think.
21, yeah, I'm cooked, bro. Alright, G.
Go on, my guy.
Off, bro.
Sweet.